thing going on between whites and blacks or between other groups and stuff. And when I went to some stores and how I was treated, fall around and ask a lot of questions, or even some of the stores where the Asian owners were there would watch us and stuff like that. I was like, why do they watch me so funny? Why do they ask me such questions? Why do you look at me like if I'm gonna take something? And then I'm like, but then I didn't turn. I wasn't hating at them. I wasn't angry at them. But no one ever told me that there was something happened before that I need to be aware of. We had Black History Month and other stuff there, and I just thought that was a way to celebrate the different color of a person who was black. I didn't know what it was. Listen, they're funny. Tell how bad it was. I was totally out of it. My brothers and sisters, when I first came to this country, I did not even understand the grading system. I didn't understand that A meant excellent and F meant failing. I thought A was for something, but I thought F was for fantastic and D was for dazzling. My brothers tease me all the time because like, you stupid. I didn't even know what the grading system was because I never even went through the system like that. We went in the Caribbean and it was such a blurry thing. I went from school to school, but it wasn't so much about grades and having to achieve so much like that. It was more like, hey, you pass these subjects, and when you pass them, you go to the next thing. And when you pass them, you achieve, you get a job, and you work and stuff. But I used to sit there, and I used to walk by, now in America, 84 came here, and the kids used to tease me. I went to Hanson Place School in Brooklyn, downtown, by Atlantic Avenue there. And they used to be like, close to Atlantic Avenue, and they used to be like, wow. Look at my stuff I remember from since back then. I'm saying, look how it is now. Those things and the teachers have helped me to become who I am today by the grace of God. Where I can say, what a time. But school used to scare me back then. It used to make me anxious and nervous. That's why I speak so fast. I was always anxious and nervous. I didn't understand why. I didn't want to fail. I didn't want to mess up because in the Caribbean, if you mess up, you can't go back. It's only one way forward. I hope that has changed since then. But I don't even keep up with this stuff as much in the Caribbean anymore as I did back then. I mean, as I thought I did, I thought I would be able to do. I've never visited them since 2012. I haven't gone back. I want to go back, but then I'm like, I have to finish here now with my own family and stuff. I don't know, what does this have to do with desire of ages? You'll see. If not in this first one, you can see the second one. I always wanted more. I wanted to be good. I didn't want to be the best or better than anybody else. I wanted to be the best me. I wanted to live. I want to live and be happy. We got robbed. I got jumped when I came to America. They stole jackets. They stole our stuff. They stole our TV, DV, VCR. They stole my brother's wallet. They stole stuff. I lived on the third floor in Brooklyn. They robbed us in there when we were sleeping within 2, 3 in the morning while I'm studying. Well, after I just finished going to sleep, I'm studying for my stuff in high school and stuff. I didn't know people do that to each other. I see people homeless and stuff on the street doing drugs and pushing strollers, and I seen syringe needles on the floor, and I'm like, where did these things come from? I never knew about these things happening in this country. I never knew America had these things going on. All we knew what growing up, America, you got to get to America. Study hard, do what you can, go there. But my mother was here first and my father, and she said they'll sponsor us. And we always want to go to America. Where's America? America's the land of beautiful things and dreams. Big cars and bicycles and food. Every time was food because we didn't have much. We were hungry. But we had enough to give us, to feed us. We weren't starving. We were hungry. Not just hungry for physical food, but hungry for something more. Something more in life, something more that we can say, hey, I've made it. Not to compete with our neighbors and on our relatives, our siblings, but to say, hey, I want more money. I want a bigger house. Because the house was like, see this one here? House may have been like a section of that much. We wanted a better house. We wanted bicycles to ride. We didn't have bikes. We wanted indoor plumbing. We wanted something. And even here's the thing, we never had no TV. We had radios and we heard the music and stuff and we heard things. But I never knew that there was actually something more you can get from this. What more? The desire was always to get more, be more, to be the best you can be fast and running, get more money eventually, and so you can send and take care of your family, so you don't have to live and suffer anymore, and struggle anymore. And when I came to America, and I'm saying a lot of it compressed, but I sound fast because the video gets hot fast, and I have to do this thing quick. But what I want to say is that when I came here, I still have the desire. Do you know something weird? When I was small as a kid, I used to have dreams or just visions, imaginations of thinking, I want vehicles that all the wheels can always move together. All the bikes' wheels will move together, like an all-wheel drive. I never saw bikes do that. I never had cars that do that. We never drove, we didn't have any car. And the ones we did see was like pickup trucks and stuff. Nissan, Datsun, Daihatsu, all these different Isuzu, all this stuff. Before my time, they were there. But they were rear-wheel drive. I didn't know there was even something called four-wheel drive. All-wheel drive? I always imagined vehicles with all the wheels growing, working at the same time. Let me take a walk so this thing can cool off so I don't talk too much. My little friend. I wanted something whereby all the vehicles can work together, the tires can work together, right? Plane flying over there, and at the same time, all the cars would work together. Everything would be together. And I'm like, that must be the best way to go. So I'm like, yeah, that's the cool thing. But I never saw this on TV. What I'm telling you is this. I believe God puts things in our minds and our hearts and a desire to do and to be. I like to draw and sketch and stuff in school. But I'm not an artist and stuff, drawing and stuff and sketching. But now the designs I did back then in school, I'm actually taking some of them now and making them into AI forms, and I'm actually making them into digital stuff. This is almost 40 years ago. The ones recently had more like 20 years plus. But this is stuff from just long ago. I'm like, how back then now is coming back to teach me now to be. I did not plan the way their life came out the way it is. I don't think I could have planned it myself. So then who did it? Who could have done it? Only God. I took the kids out there last night. I said, one of the Lions came, so we couldn't make it. I said, let's come take a look. I went outside. I went to go put something in the garbage, and I looked up in the sky. And it was pitch black at night. But then I looked closely, and I saw the twinkle up in the sky, the stars. Now it's daytime, you can't see that. But I'm saying, I saw little stars up there, and they were bright. I saw some with like 1, 2, 3 stars lined up here, couple up in the sky, a real bright one here now. Bright one there, bright one there, bright one there. And I'm like, look at this, daytime, look, I can't see any stars right now. Where are the stars? Are they still there? Is it because it's too much light? Where are the stars? I'm inside the enclosure. Where's the stars? I know the sun is there, but I'm like, they're so beautiful. It was a little cool last night. And I noticed this. Whenever it's much colder in the nighttime or in the daytime, nighttime especially, in the southern regions, the skies look much more clear. And I can see more stars and stuff up there. I'm like, whoa. Who could have imagined to put stars up in the sky at night so I can see the twinkling and see the beautiful stuff up there? Do we take the time to do that? I'm getting excited. I always said, I wish when I get older, I have the time to be able to one day go out maybe to the park or go somewhere and just to lay down, sit down somewhere with the kids and family and just look at like if you're camping, look up in the sky and say, look up in the sky, look at the stars, look up there and see. And let's just take some time and just zone out and say, what is up there? What do you see? How many galaxies are there? How many planets are there? How many things in the universe are there? Don't you do that too? Don't you wish you can just be able to go there and just to say, let me see what else is out there in life. Let me see what's going on there. It's such a beautiful planet. There's so much beauty out there. Let me go take a little walk. Look at me, kitty. Come. Look, there's so much beauty. This is our little garden here. Little butterflies, little things here. But yet the sky is so beautiful. Let me expand it. Absolutely beautiful. Look around. A big, beautiful sky with clouds and full. And when you get up in an airplane and flying by airplane by incident, the big, beautiful airplanes, you look up there, look at the clouds, you go to the clouds, you go down below, and I'm like, look how lofty and fluffy they look up in the sky. It's nice. So many beautiful things you can see, and I'm like, Lord, who could have done all of this? I couldn't have imagined it. I'm alive to see it and experience it. At some point in time, we didn't have this stuff before. And because why? As I was watching videos about slavery and stuff back then, there were some parts I looked at and I said, could you imagine this thing going on? This same country back then, they had things called slavery where a person was held as a slave and could not talk or speak with anybody. You couldn't look at a certain person of a different demographic. I couldn't watch another race. You couldn't watch a white woman or watch another person. You couldn't look at anybody. You couldn't blink. And they had groups like the KKK and other groups who said that they were religious. They were fearing God. They were doing God things too. They were doing godly stuff. We go to church. We go all this stuff. Daytime they were doing fine. Nighttime they were lynching and killing people. And I'm like, all of this happened in America? Then something interesting. I told you guys we moved around a little bit. We left back in 2021 to go to travel to the west, try to go to south, which is go to Arizona, and we stopped up in Oklahoma. I lived in Oklahoma. We lived there for like about 4 to 6 months, back and forth between Oklahoma and Texas. And we went there, and there was a part we went there. We literally stayed by Tulsa. We went to Bixby and other parts, and it's like Oklahoma is so beautiful, such beautiful land, such beautiful people, such calm trees and stuff. The demographics are a lot more, say, Caucasian than African American, but it didn't mind to me. I'm like, I saw land and space. I saw donkeys, ponies. I'm watching on the ground. Make sure there's nothing hiding here. I heard something crawling last night. I saw all this stuff, and I'm like, whoa, Oklahoma is so beautiful. Such big lands. The houses were so massive. I call them turtles. They had what is this? Amount of ants here. I think it's a buried food below the ground, like the compost stuff. Yeah, it's okay. I had so much stuff. You see, we bury different, all these things stuck up here. This is the way like we bury food. And somehow the ants don't find it. Here's something else too. How is it that flies can know when a smell of decaying food is there, that if I leave it out there for the open, they'll run to it? The ants will find it, make their own home, and get me fed. Everything is in such balance. You leave some food on the counter and crumbs and stuff, the ants come and try to get it. Or the roaches or something else. Roaches not here, but they come up from the soil and stuff. Even I see roaches under the soil. But I'm saying, let's go back to Oklahoma. I'm saying, deer, like everywhere else too. It's so amazing to see. Oklahoma, we stayed in Tulsa. And I kept saying, what's up there? What's up in this part? I said, heard about a place called, from looking back at a little bit of the stuff we heard about the Tulsa riots back then we heard about. I said, Tulsa riots? And so many family members mentioned to me, do you know about the Tulsa riots? I said, I want to move to Oklahoma and stay there. And they're like, I hear you, and they don't want to spoil my joy. They're like, but did you look at it? Do you know the history? I'm like, no, what happened? They said, yeah, take a look at some of these videos and stuff. And thank God it was Black History Month. And I said, let me take a look and see. What is about Oklahoma? I look about the stuff called the Black Wall Street. I studied about Harlem Renaissance and stuff, Harlem in New York and everything. And I said, what? My mouth almost dropped. Tears came to my eye. Do you know in some parts of this United States, there were incinerator bombs and stuff dropped on people of a regular community? In the same Tulsa, Oklahoma, we were living 10 minutes away from there. And we used to ask the realtors, hey, where is this Tulsa? Where's this Black Wall Street I keep hearing about? What's up there? What's up there? And they said, oh no, you don't want to go there. That's the rough side of town. That's where all the some shootings and some things happen. People said, don't go there, don't go there. I said, why not? They said, over there, sometimes it's bad then. I said, but then you get curious, like, why not? What's going on over there? Because we have parts in New York too. Good part. We live in Brooklyn, but then there's the Bronx, and there used to be a competition between the Bronx and Brooklyn. Who's the toughest? Who's the hardest? Everybody wants to be the toughest. Why nobody have to want to be the nicest? But then we, went to end up living in Spring Valley at some point. But also places upstate was nice too. Middletown we were trying to move to, beautiful places. A lot of places were nice in New York, and the outside the five boroughs were great. In the five boroughs, it's cool.